Hola gente, ¿qué tal? Yo me llamo Señor Bellas y soy maestro de español. In this video, I will be talking about possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns in Spanish. Early in Spanish 1, you probably learned possessive adjectives. These are words in English like my, yours, his, her, our, their. For example, you could say, mi gato es grande, my cat is big. The word my is the possessive adjective, or tus carros son feos, your cars are ugly. Notice that the tu is tus, plural. Or maybe nuestro libro es rojo, our book is red. Or nuestra marioneta es fea, our doll is ugly, for example. So what we're going to do now is learn a different form of these possessive adjectives. Some people call it a long form, or a way to show maybe a more of a strong relationship between the possessor and the thing that's being possessed. I'm going to show you what they are, and I'm going to give you 5 examples, and then I'll give you a chance to practice on 5 of your own to see if you get it. So I'm going to put them up here on this board behind me right now. So on the board here we have the other possessive adjectives in the long form, and I'll explain the pronoun thing after I'm done doing the possessive adjective part. So I can say, for example, mi amigo es guapo. My friend is handsome. I can change that, and in English it'd be kind of like saying the friend of mine is good looking instead of just saying my friend is good looking. And what that would look like is el amigo mío es guapo. It's kind of like the friend of mine is good looking. You'll notice that there's an A next to the mío and an S as well, because you can make it feminine or plural. So if it's a girl friend and she's good looking, you could say la amiga mía es guapa. Or if there are multiple friends, los amigos míos son guapos. So again, with the whole adjective agreement, making it plural, make sure everything matches up really well. Tuyo, so if I want to say your house is red, instead of saying tu casa es roja, I could say la casa tuya es roja. Maybe for his or her, I want to say his book is whatever, small. Instead of saying su libro es pequeño, I could say el libro suyo es pequeño. For our, nuestro, maybe our class is interesting. Instead of saying nuestra clase es interesante, I could say la clase nuestra es interesante. Nuestro isn't much different in the long form as in the regular possessive adjective form, so that one's shouldn't be too hard. The vuestro is for the you, plural in Spain. And then the suyo, you'll notice, is just like the possessive adjective su. Su can mean his, her, or their. Suyo is the same thing. They're the same for both the he, she, and then over here in the eos form. So if I wanted to say maybe their balls are round, for example, I could, instead of saying sus bolas son redondas, I could say las bolas suyas son redondas. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you 5 sentences that I wrote them out so that they have the regular possessive adjectives, the ones that we learned first, and then I'm going to show you how to rewrite them so that they have these long form of the possessive adjectives. If you don't have this information here in front of you, write it down somewhere, because I'm going to move it out of the way so you have just the sentences. And then we'll change them, and then I'll give you 5 more that you can do on your own. So, okay, so here are the first 5 sentences. The first one is right here. It says, te sentaste en tu asiento, so you sat in your seat. So I'm just going to reword this just a little bit. So instead of saying tu asiento, your seat, I'm just going to say it the other way. So what that would look like is te sentaste en el asiento tuyo. Notice that the tuyo is masculine because the asiento is masculine. If I had multiple seats, instead of saying el asiento tuyo, I would have los asientos tuyos. Over here, tengo mi bola, so I have my ball. So I'm going to change this just a little bit. So I'll have tengo, la, bola, mia. Notice that mia is feminine because bola is feminine. Again, if it was plural, if I had my balls, they'd be las bolas mias. Over here, you're watching your television. So I'm going to say miras or tú miras la televisión tuya. Over here, I have they visit their grandfather. So I'm going to change it again just a little bit. It'll be ellos visitan al abuelo suyo. And then last down here, they said goodbye to my grandmother. So I'll need to say, ellos se despidieron a la abuela mía. So notice mía is feminine because abuela is feminine. And if there's multiple things, you're going to have an S on the la, las, abuelas, mías. Everything will be plural. So I'm going to give you 5 more sentences right now. I'll show you the sentences. Once you see them, pause the video. Take a second to see if you can rewrite them with these long form of the possessive adjectives, and then I'll show you what that would look like. So here come the sentences. Pause the video, write them down, and then I'll show you the answers. All right, so I got some answers for you here for these other 5 sentences. So the first one says, you got bored in my class. So I'm just going to change it a little bit. You have te aburriste en la clase mía, for the class of mine, kind of. Vemos la película de Jordan, so we see Jordan's movie. I'm going to change it to we see the movie of him or his movie. Vemos la película suya. They play Max's guitars, so we tocan las guitarras suyas. That's pretty much it. Next one down, I play our video game, so we juego el videojuego nuestro. And then lastly, se asustaron del video de Justin, so they were scared of Justin's video. It's going to be very similar to the one up earlier. Se asustaron del video suyo. So it's kind of like saying they got scared of the video of his, kind of. So it's just a long form of possessive adjectives. It is used sometimes. I don't know if it's as common as the other possessive adjectives. I remember when I was in Mexico, we had a tourist guide, and he would almost always every day on the bus he would say, amigos míos, for like friends of mine, because it can kind of show sometimes a special relationship between the thing that you're talking about. Instead of just saying mis amigos, amigos míos, it's like friends of mine. It's a little bit more personal, I think. So one more thing I'm going to show you with these is the possessive pronouns. It's really actually pretty easy. It's kind of like a form of nominalization. If you haven't learned what nominalization is yet, that's not a big deal. You can look it up. It's also called that as well. So I'm going to show you what that is right now with these same 10 sentences that we've already gone over. So I'm going to move over to the other 5. No, we'll just start here first. So, te aburriste en mi clase. So you got bored in my class. Nominalization, or turning these possessive adjectives into pronouns, basically all you're going to do is remove the noun from the equation. So instead of saying you got bored in my class, it's kind of like you're going to be saying you got bored in mine. So all you're going to do is get rid of this clase, and you're going to say te aburriste en la mía. And that's just saying that's just you got bored in mine. Vemos la película suya. So we saw the movie, or his movie. I just want to say we saw his. You're just going to get rid of this word película. So you'd have vemos la suya. They play Max's guitars. We're going to change it so it's they play his. Be tocan las suyas. We're just taking the noun out. This one right here would be juego el nuestro. I play ours. And then the last one, they got scared of Justin's video. We're going to say they got scared of his. Maybe se asustaron del suyo. I'm just taking out the noun. I'm going to show you the other 5 right now just so you can see with 5 more. So instead of saying you sat in your seat, I'm going to say you sat in yours. Maybe te sentaste en el tuyo. Just taking out that noun, asiento, and that is, you're making it into a possessive pronoun. The method is called nominalization, where you're taking out the noun. Tengo la bola mía, so I have the ball of mine. I'm just going to say I have mine. Tengo la mía. You watch yours. Miras la tuya. Just taking out the noun. Miras la tuya. They visit theirs, referring to their grandfather. Ellos visitan al suyo. Just get rid of the noun. Se despidieron a mi abuela. They say goodbye to my grandmother. So they said goodbye to mine. Would be se despidieron a la mía, and just get rid of the noun. So that's turning the possessive adjectives into possessive pronouns. It's a pretty simple process. If you haven't already learned the other possessive adjectives, go back and do that, because that would be very helpful with these as well. If you have questions, let me know, and I'll get back to you.